Okay, so last tier list I did was the clothing tier list, if anyone remembers. And I was wearing this exact shirt, and I wore it again because it could be my tier list shirt maybe. And it's definitely not because I only have like a few shirts. It's not because of that at all. So I think this is every new character up to the version we are at. So my plan, in order to relate this, was to think of friends in terms of like sitcom friends, or something we all kind of like can understand if you've seen the sitcoms, obviously. So in my head, I'm gonna need a few more tiers. It goes all the way down to D and F tier is what I was planning. So I was thinking SS tier, it's gonna be the Leslie Nopes of the world. That's an SS tier friend. Literally would die for you, plans all the like memorable events that you had in your friendship and gives you like the perfect gifts, is so thoughtful. That's an SS kind of friend. Also, let me preface this by saying this is kind of like my opinion of different friendships, because this might be terrible for some people. Like that might be an F tier friend, right? Now, S tier friend, I'm thinking Jerry Seinfeld from Seinfeld. Because I love Seinfeld for the fact that none of them have any character development, right? Like they're always the same kind of terrible people, and I love that. But he's still a good friend in the sense that like he'll help you out, he'll like lend you stuff, he lets Kramer like take over his whole apartment, but he doesn't weigh you down with his life's problems like getting married or having children. I love that. So that's like an S tier friend. An A tier friend, I was thinking like Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Jake's like an A tier friend, right? In his heart, he's a good guy, but he kind of selfish sometimes. He kind of bypasses what he's thinking about over what you need, you know? So that's like an A tier. B, middle of the road friend, Pam Beesly from The Office. I cannot think of anyone more basic than Pam Beesly, okay? She's a nice person, she's caring, but I would be kind of sad if my life was so boring that I had a friend like Pam Beesly, I guess, is why that's a B tier. C tier, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Now, here's the thing. Rick is a terrible person, a terrible friend, right? Terrible, terrible. Really should be like Z tier kind of a friend, but you would see and do really cool things. He might sacrifice you so he could live and you'll die, but at least you'll die in like a cool way. I just think that his universe, to be a part of it, even though you mean nothing to him in his universe, you just want to be a part of it because it's like so beyond what you can imagine. So that's why he's C tier, okay? This tier, this is your BoJack Horseman. Terrible person. Tries 1% of the time, 99% of the time, terrible. Selfish, does not even know what's going on with your life. Terrible, you don't want him as a friend. He's awful. This is where I might get some controversy going on, but friends, Ross and Rachel. I'll be honest, this is partially because I hate the show Friends. I just don't like Friends. I don't like it. I don't like them. Any of them, not just Ross and Rachel. I don't like any of them. Joey's okay. I feel like so many of their problems could just be solved by like literally having a conversation. And they're so immature. If I was around them, I think I would just want to jump out the window. I hate it. I hate Friends. They're so annoying. And here's another reason, like Seinfeld for me as a show versus Friends, the character development. Friends, they get married, they have kids, they're getting mushy. I hate that. I came to laugh and to be cynical, and Friends is not that for me. Seinfeld is that. There's no growth in Seinfeld. I love that. So that's what the F tier is, okay? This is the Friends tier. These are your bottom rung friends, all right? This is, I would rather be friends with BoJack Horseman than Ross and Rachel. So that's what we're working with. I'll just go down the list as I see them, I guess. So Albedo's here. To be honest, is Albedo a Rick Sanchez? He seems nicer and more caring than Rick Sanchez, but his world is weird, and I feel like he does his own thing, like regardless of what's going on with your life. He could be middle of the rung Pam Beesly, but I feel like he's a little more interested in being a Pam Beesly. So like worse but better. I'll leave him in the Rick Sanchez tier. Oh my gosh, Aloy. I feel like she would help you and do what she can for you, but at the end of the day, she's also about self-preservation, which would make her a Jake Peralta. I mean, I get it. She's got to survive. She's living a tough life out there. Okay, Amber. Shoot, we gotta be honest. Amber's a Leslie Knope, huh, isn't she? Oh, I hate to say it because I don't like Amber and I love Leslie Knope, but Amber's a Leslie Knope. You know what? She's the only one in this whole game who has tried to help us without trying to get something from us in return, like trying to get us to do a quest or something for her. And she put signs up all around Mondstadt for our sibling. Like I feel like she's a Leslie Knope. Ayaka. Huh, this is a tough one. You know what? I wonder if Ayaka's a Jerry Seinfeld. Doesn't have many friends, small group of friends. She's less cynical, that's for sure. And I can't imagine Jerry Seinfeld wearing his socks when he dances for us in the water. But at the same time, that's something weird that I could see happening. Okay, you know what? Maybe she does belong there. Maybe she is a Jerry Seinfeld. Barbara. Oh, I just realized that my Zhongli like heckin' talking in the background. Chill, Zhongli. You know what? She might just be straight up a Pam Beasley. Middle of the road, dull, basic friend. I mean, Ayaka almost spoiled her brother's birthday surprise. Just true, she did. And poor Tomo was like, my lady. I feel like Barbara's like a basic Pam. Beto. Ooh, Beto. You know what? Beto might be a Jerry Seinfeld. Like an S-tier friend. Helps you when you really need it, but ultimately living her own best life. I think Beto would be a good friend. I would love to have Beto as a friend. Also, I guess keeping in mind, this tier list is kind of like who I would like to have as a friend. Oh my gosh, Benny! Benny! Oh, Benny. Benny would be a great friend. See, the thing with Benny is I could see him trying so hard to do so well, but then it goes so wrong, which is kind of a Leslie Knope. You know what? I think he's an SS tier. I think Benny goes up there. I feel like he's just a really kind, caring person. Sometimes maybe it's misplaced and it goes wrong. So I think that's accurate. Chongyun. This one's tough. Is he a basic Pam Beasley? Like, he seems like a cool guy, no pun intended, but also maybe wouldn't go out of his way for you. Like, he's kind of chilling in his own universe. Chongyun might be a B-tier friend. D-Luke. See, this is why I had to be honest about myself, but you know, I feel like D-Luke does care. He just doesn't want to admit he cares is the thing. I think deep down D-Luke does care. Listen, he's got that vase Kaya gave him. Is he a Jake Peralta? Like, he kind of, if he has his own thing going on, he'll definitely put you behind that so he can do like what's the greater good in his mind. Ugh, Diona. Blech. We might have our first D or F tier. And this is not just me not liking Diona. It's kind of me not liking Diona. But like, what has Diona ever done for us? All she cares about is her drunk dad not being drunk and trying to make all the drunks not be drunk. Like, that's very invasive in people's lives. She does seem immature, really immature. I don't know how old she is, but she seems really immature. Okay, mind if I put her down there for now? We'll see. Eula. Ugh. I feel like Eula does not belong up here. Like, she's like similar to D-Luke in that she pretends she doesn't care, but at the same time, I just don't think she's that dope. Like, would she go out of her way to be your friend and be a good person? Probably not. She might be a Rick Sanchez. Oh my gosh, Yanfei. I don't know. I feel like Yanfei would go out of her way to do stuff for you, to help you with her like law knowledge. You know what? She might just straight up be a Jake Peralta and your A-tier friend. Fischl, I think would be a terrible friend. She might be a BoJack Horseman. She's so in her own universe. It's like I know it's probably some weird coping mechanism. She has no friends, right? Doesn't she have no friends? Yeah, I think Fischl's got to go in BoJack Horseman. Like, she's in her own world. It's the Fischl show. You know what I mean? Ganyu. You know what? I feel like Ganyu would be just a classic good friend, classic middle of the road friend, doing her best, but like not stepping on your toes. Goro. Oh my gosh, Goro. Goro would be such a good friend. Oh, mommy. I think he really tries to be a good person to his troops and stuff. He might be a Leslie Knope. Hu Tao. Oh my gosh. Hu Tao's a Rick Sanchez for sure. The chaos of her universe, and you're just in it, and she's like probably paying attention to you, but probably not really at the same time. She strikes me as a Rick Sanchez, but like we're just want to be part of that world somehow because it's weird and wacky. Oh my gosh, we're on Ito. Ito SS here, friend. Did you see his birthday thing? He won us that card. He's got us a special Oni Kabuto that took him forever to catch, and then he beatboxed us a song. That's amazing. That's a great guy. And that's not the abs talking. Oh, Kaya. Okay. Kaya kind of strikes me as a BoJack Horseman, honestly. Like, kind of a garbage friend. I think Kaya's kind of a BoJack Horseman, partially for the alcoholism. I feel like if we, the Traveler, died tomorrow, he'd show up at the funeral, he'd get dressed up, but then the next day he'd like be back to business. He doesn't care. Like, it's not a long-term thing for him. I'm just thinking D tier. It just hits me as a D tier. He hits me as a D tier friend. Kazu. I don't know. I feel like Kazu just kind of vibing out in his own way, but also like kind of is there kind of for you, kind of not. I don't think he's a bad friend, but I don't think he's a superb friend. So maybe he's a middle of the road Pam Beasley. Kuching. I feel like she does care about you and what happens to you, but does she care about it more than her own business? Probably not. So perhaps that makes her Peralta, you know? Oh my gosh, Klee! Whoa, okay. Klee would be a terrible friend. What if I just put all the children in Ross and Rachel? Does that seem biased if I did that? I feel like she's destructive enough to be in the BoJack Horseman tier though, you know? But not to herself. That's the thing. That's the difference. She's not destructive to herself. She might be F tier friend. I wouldn't want her as my friend. Kokomi! I feel like Kogami does things for the greater good and doesn't care so much about you personally. Because she's focused on her own thing, but would still help you if you needed it. Maybe put her there. Lisa. Is Lisa a Rick? Be part of her weird library world to swipe your library card, but also like if she watched you die, it probably would not faze her. Oh my gosh, Mona would be a terrible friend. Mona's terrible. No, she'd be a terrible friend. She'd be a BoJack Horseman, wouldn't she? Just takes. She's a taker, not a giver. Next, we gotta figure out Ningguang. I think Ningguang does things in her own interest and does not really care about you personally. She might be a Rick Sanchez, but you kind of want to be still her friend because she's got like a lot going on in her world, so it's kind of cool. Okay, Noelle. Noelle's a great friend. Is she an SS tier? I think she might be. She's a really good friend. Jean. I feel like Jean cares about you a lot, but is also too busy in her own life to really get down and dirty with it. That's probably a bad metaphor, but... You know what? Maybe she's a Jerry Seinfeld. A Jean Jerry Seinfeld? Jean Seinfeld? Ew, no, that's not, no. I think she'd be a good friend, but yeah, like Mojo said, she would call you out and stuff. Like she's maybe, you know, she's real. Chi-Chi. Can Chi-Chi be a friend? She's so... Does she have any concept? She must have some sort of concept. Maybe she's like a middle of the road, right? Tries her best, I guess. See, this is the thing about the middle of the road friend versus everyone down in these tiers. Middle of the road friend is still a good friend. These people would be bad friends, like not just not good or not just middle of the road friends, like bad friends. And I don't think Chi-Chi would be a bad friend. I think she would just be a level, there she is kind of a friend, you know? Oh my gosh, Razor! I feel like Razor be like a Jerry Seinfeld. Like he comes in and out of your life, he's like whatever, but he's there for you if you need him. Probably cynical from all the gross stuff he's seen and things he's smelled. S tier Razor, I think. Rosa, I think is loyal. So I don't know if she'd be a bad friend, but I don't know if she'd go out of her way to be a good friend either. Like, would that make her a B tier? So I wouldn't say she's a bad friend, because I think she would stick her neck out for you if you needed it. But I don't know if she'd go out of her way to be a great friend. Kujo-Sara, I think would throw you to the wolves if you betrayed, like, the law or something. You know, like the commission, like if you defied the shogun. I'm sure she took friends and family's vision. Is she a BoJack Horseman? She's gonna throw you under the bus, for sure. Okay, Sayu. I don't know, I feel like Sayu's middle of the road. Sleeping, mostly cares about herself, basic friend. Shenhe kind of a Rick Sanchez, don't you think? The chaos, the weird personality, but still kind of like cares for you, but maybe doesn't want to say that or show that, but still might also kill you. Oh, the Shogun. I think the Shogun would be a terrible friend as well. She might be a D tier friend, like really absorbed in her own world and willing to destroy everything around her to preserve whatever idea she has in her head, like a D tier friend would. And also, she outlives everyone, so it's kind of like, why does she want a friend, you know? Ugh, Sucrose. I hate to say it, but I think Sucrose would be an okay friend. Maybe like a Jake Peralta type. Maybe she's B tier. Me just trying to move Sucrose down. Tartiggles! Oh! C or D, really? That's kind of, you know. Tartiggles like living his own destructive life, and does he really care about us? Probably not. But you still like, for some reason, want to hang out with him and spend money on him. BoJack Horseman tier? Okay, so maybe move him down to D tier. Maybe he'll sit here for a little bit. We'll see how we feel. Toma SS tier friend. For sure, SS tier friend. So sweet. Would 100% love to have Toma in my court. Not a euphemism, just, you know, just a saying. Top tier friend, top tier. Venti. I feel like Venti would kind of be a bad friend. I feel like Venti would be a bad friend because he just is too in his own world. And also, you have to take into account, like, when you're, like, an eternal god living forever, how close really can they get to the mortals? I think overall, he'd be a bad friend. Zhangling maybe S or A. I feel like she'd be a good friend. Zhangling might be a Jake Peralta. Yeah, I wonder if she's, like, just, like, a standard A tier friend. She's a good friend, but not out of her way. Oh my gosh, Zhao! Oh! You know what? He does come whenever we call it, doesn't he? But still, like, somehow cynical, living his own life, like an S tier friend would. Yeah, I like that. Okay, Xingqiu, I think, would crush you if it meant personal gain. Unless you were Chongyun. Xingqiu fiercely protects his friends and stuff. Does he? Why do I get the vibe that he would not care if I live or die then? I've never gotten the impression that Xingqiu cares about me. Maybe a Rick Sanchez? Maybe a Rick Sanchez. Shinyan. You know what? She might be an A tier friend. She might be a Jake Peralta, like a cool, cares about you, but also cares about her own stuff friend. Yai Miko. I think Yai Miko's an F tier friend. Like, she does help us, but I don't think she helps us because of us. I think she helps us because she wants to help either the Shogun or protect whatever Inazuma has going on. I think she does see us as a pawn in her overall game. I think she's an F tier. She's an F tier friend. Okay, Yoimiya. Yoimiya would be a really good friend, wouldn't she? You know what? Maybe she's a Jerry Seinfeld. Yunjin. Basic friend. Your B tier, your standard B tier friend. Yeah, and I think Yunjin, middle of the road, your basic girl. Zhongli. Listen, I think Zhongli's an S tier because he has like grander things, probably still like has some cynicism. I love that in a friend, but would absolutely help you if you needed it. Mojo's like, Mojo right away is Ayato F tier. You think he'd be an F tier friend? Really? What if he's a BoJack Horseman? Do you think he's a BoJack Horseman? He only likes Toma? I can't get a read on Ayato, to be honest, because on the one hand, he seems kind of silly in the fact he always has like Boba pulling out and he's just vibing with Boba. But then on the other hand, he seems really serious and like, I'm doing my duty in the Kamisato clan. He's buried in his work. Yeah, he is buried in his work. Yeah, maybe that is a D tier friend then. Look at the aesthetic color-wise of this tier. So what do we think? Ta-da! What do we think about this this tier list? Are we all on board with our BFFLs up here? See, this is the thing. Can you imagine if you had this group of friends, how set you would be? The SS tier. We got Amber, Meni, Goro, Ito, Noelle, and Toma. Like, those friends would ride or die, right? Ride or die for you. But yeah, I would listen. I would give up a lot for these people. Yes, this is the finished tier list. I will take no criticism. I might take some criticism, I don't know. It's not that deep. But yeah, thank you for watching my tier list, my second one, the BFF tier list. I don't care if you like it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you want to check me out here on Twitch and join these lovely people in chat, you can check me out, Meijin, M-E-E-J-I-I-N, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Here's this exact situation I'd watch Friends. I'm on a plane traveling from Canada to Korea, and the only English shows they have are Friends and some random nature thing I don't care about. That's when I watch Friends. That's when I did watch Friends on the plane, so...